You know, just when you think that this world can't get crazier and more backwards, we have probably what is the most harmless prankster of them all. And I hate using that word prankster. It just sounds so cringe nowadays. But Heston James, if you're not familiar with him, I'll give you a couple of examples of the pranks that he does. He is facing up to 9 years in jail after a viral prank spree. He recorded himself entering stores and impersonating staff, resulting in his arrest. Now, at the time of recording this video, you're seeing this the following day by when I'm recording this video. I see comments here and there saying that he's out already. There is no official news piece on that as of right now. As the time of recording this video, he is not out. I don't imagine that he's going to get up to 9 years in jail, but how crazy is this, man? You know what? We're going to be talking about it. There's a couple things that I want to react to on the internet just to get a gauge on how people feel about this and show you what TikToks this guy's getting arrested for. He's already had his page deleted, by the way, but we're going to be talking about it all. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. So this is what he did end up getting arrested for, okay? Count of burglary in the 3rd degree, count of criminal impersonation, counts of disorderly conduct, and counts of criminal trespass. Look at these. I'll show you a couple examples of the 2 pranks that he goes viral for, and you tell me if this is something worth 9 years, okay? So this is, again, I just grabbed 2 random ones. He went viral for a couple things. One where he impersonates staff, tells them they're doing a bad job, and kind of like takes over the place, but they don't actually take over the place. The video probably ends, or the prank probably ends right when the video ends. I don't imagine they would just do it for fun, right? So this is one of them.
I'm just going to be bringing in all my guys because you guys have been doing a really slow job. I've been getting multiple complaints. I'm from corporate, I told you. So
and what's funny is some people believe him, some people don't. Like, obviously, they're going to start a little bit of an altercation here. But again, at the end of the day, it's no big deal. This is about as harmless as you can get for pranks.
Working on all these cars. They're not?
Get to calling them.
Oh, get to calling them? All right, let's see. Here they are here.
And he gets all his workers to come in. He has people ready. And at this point, you know what else I don't understand at this point? I don't understand how you could be working and not, like, understand what's going on here. I've never really understood that. I get it if you're old and you're not on the internet, but come on.
Come on, come on, come on, everyone, come on, come on, come on.
Just has a van full of people coming through.
Everyone, get to work. Everyone, get to work. Everyone.
And obviously, look, obviously they're not really doing anything, right? The guy doesn't really care all that much. This is what we get 9 years in jail. And I wish that I could expand upon this for you. I really, really wish I could, but it's a very touchy subject. With the things that people do today and the things that people get away with today and the things that, like, are illegal but nobody ever gets in trouble for, I don't understand how people like this end up getting caught. It's crazy to me.
Everyone, check oil, check the oil.
And I would imagine what happened is somebody had like somebody like the girl there where she was yelling, "Get out!" Somebody along those lines ended up calling, and then he has all the evidence on TikTok, right?
Get under there, get under there. Nice, well done.
So you get the gist of it. You get the gist of it. It goes on for a little bit longer, but there is one more type of video that he does, and this is the one that he did end up going viral for. This is the backup screamer method, where he screams in stores. And I've expressed, and we've made a whole video on Heston James because he makes some really funny videos. I've expressed my dislike for how he's swearing in stores because, like, obviously there's children there. But again, this is about just as harmless as you could get for a prank.
She's not here. Did you hear that, girl?
So he just pretends to not be the guy, right?
The scream came.
Is she over there?
And then sometimes the workers end up, you know, confronting him, telling him, like, "Oh my God, what are you screaming?" And then he has the backup screamer, so one of his friends are also in the store, and then they end up screaming, and then he's like, see, I told you it wasn't me. And see, the comment does it justice too, like 9 years for stuff like this. Literally, dude.
It was a woman.
It was a woman, right? I think he came from more over here.
Now, this is literally, you know how people go through life. Sorry, I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's further back than we
I didn't
thought.
expect him to be in the trash can. No, I'm just straight up enjoying this, but you guys get the point. We're not going to watch the entire thing. We have a whole video on Heston James videos, okay? But what I was saying was, you know how people constantly talk about how pranks have gone too far to the point where I don't even want to say, oh, prankster, because prankster is just like ruining people's days and stuff. This is actually a harmless prank. Legitimately a harmless prank, and he's facing up to 9 years for it. And all it takes is for somebody to not like him in there. And I'm a big believer of, like, the system gets what it wants, okay? It doesn't matter exactly who's part of it. But, of course, I wanted to get a gauge on how people felt about this. There isn't really a ton to break down because everybody's response to it is kind of like, seriously? Are you kidding me? 9 years? What crime did he commit? Giving retail workers something to laugh at during their shift? This is something that I've always agreed with, to be honest with you. So many people get so butthurt about people making TikToks. I get if it's one thing where you don't want to be filmed, and if somebody's shoving a camera in your face, that's one thing, but I don't know why people get so bent out of shape. Like, if I was working like at a cash register or something and saw Heston James doing his thing, It'd be funny to me. I don't understand why people make it such a big deal, and then you have the people going, my store, you know? Those people need their ego, or not even their egos, they need their brains checked, okay? I'm not defending his actions, but 9 years for a harmless prank is a little overkill. If no one was hurt and nothing was stolen, then the punishment shouldn't be that harsh. Not even, dude, I don't even think 1 year community service. I don't think this should be punished. I think, like, you should give him, like, okay, you can't bring all of your people into stores, or at the very, like, if you really want to make him stop doing everything, say, hey, we know your online presence, you're causing a disturbance, knock it off, here's your warning. Why not something like that? And then you could follow through with something like a 1 year community service. This is actually a harmless prank. And again, out of all of the things that we have so many people on the internet doing and in real life, and like, it's crazy to me how much people get away with, people are encouraged to do all the illegal activity that goes on and goes unpunished. Our focus is, yeah, let's get somebody like Heston James. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. But then again, it's 2025. Our world is completely backwards. 9 years is insane. See, this is what you typically see online. The internet hasn't had too much to say about this. His videos were the funniest harmless pranks I've seen in a long time. Free this man. I know he'll get out and do another skit that will top off everything. Could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine if this was all a big skit from him? But if you want to talk a little bit more about Heston James and his funny videos, we did a recap on some of the best ones right here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care, guys.